y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm back today to read another urban legend story. I am gonna do the same thing as I did in the last urban legend video. I did some research and I drafted a little Word document that I'm gonna read from, just so I don't leave anything out or forget any details. And before I begin, I wanted to give a little trigger warning. It does include instances or an instance of a stillbirth and death in childbirth. So if that's something that you don't feel like you need to be listening to right now, please just click off on well-being, and I understand, and I'll see you next time. So this story is called The Italian Bride. It took place in Chicago, Illinois, and I will start reading what the research that I came up with, and in the description box below, again, I will put my sources that I used. Giulia Baccola Petta was born in Italy on June 6, 1891. Her mother, Philomena, moved them both to Chicago, Illinois in 1913 after the passing of her father, George. Giulia's siblings, Henry, Joseph, and Rosalia, already were living there. Giulia married Matthew Petta in June of 1920 at the Holy Rosary Church in Chicago, Illinois. Giulia became pregnant soon after the wedding, but tragically had complications and passed away while giving birth to a stillborn baby boy named Filippo on March 17, 1921. In Italian culture, when a woman passes away in childbirth, she is considered a martyr and she is buried in white. So Giulia was buried in her white wedding gown. Her baby boy was also buried with her nestled in her arms. They were buried at Mount Carmel Cemetery, found in the suburb of Hillside in Chicago. This is also the burial place of Al Capone, Dion O'Banion, and other infamous mobsters in Chicago. Philomena was obviously very distraught after the tragic passing of her daughter Giulia. She began having a lot of distressing dreams. In her dreams, Giulia was telling her that she was still alive and needed help. Philomena appealed to the courts for 6 years to have Giulia's body exhumed, but this was denied each time. Finally, the request was granted and a judge ordered that the body be exhumed. This was after 6 years, so the year that Giulia's body was exhumed was 1927. And amazingly, it was found to not have decayed at all even after the 6 years. Her body was perfectly preserved, but her clothes had begun to decay and rot. A photo was taken of the body to show that the body had been preserved. Philomena then set out to raise funds in order to give Giulia a very elaborate tombstone, which would be a life-size sculpture of Giulia on her wedding day. The photo that was taken of Giulia's exhumed body was placed on the statue with an inscription that said, Presa dopo 6 anni morta. This, loosely translated, means taken 6 years after death. Another photo of Giulia on her wedding day was placed on the stone, as it was assumed to be the inspiration for the statue. The photo shows that there has been no discoloration or decay of the body after all this time, even though the coffin was weathered and destroyed. The body of the baby in Giulia's arms was decayed as well, but Giulia appeared to just be sleeping. Her family and others took this as a sign from God and collected money to erect the statue of her. Devout Catholics took this as a sign that Giulia was a saint. However, there's many skeptics that believe that the photo was taken when she was originally buried and not 6 years later. Others believe that Giulia's body was preserved naturally by the production of what they can call corpse wax, which is a waxy substance consisting chiefly of fatty acids and calcium soaps that is formed during the decomposition of dead body fat in moist or wet anaerobic conditions. Many believe that Philomena lied about her dreams surrounding Giulia in retaliation And Philomena died about her dreams surrounding Julia in retaliation for Julia's marriage to Matthew Petta, as she did not approve of the marriage. She didn't like Matthew. Julia's married name, Petta, was not placed on the gravestone, and only the name Bacola was placed on there. However, the photo of Julia's body cannot be explained, as other signs of the passing of time can be identified, but her body was perfectly preserved. Many reports have been made of a ghostly woman in white appearing at the cemetery where Julia rests, and many believe that it is her. She has been seen during the day and night both. One example of this is that a young boy was accidentally left behind at Mount Carmel Cemetery when his family and he were visiting the cemetery, and it was not far from Julia's grave. His family returned for him, and they found him holding the hand of a dark-haired woman wearing a white dress. The woman disappeared when the boy ran to his family. So tell me in the comments below what you all think about this story, about what could have happened, if you believe that that the photo was after the 6 years after her body was exhumed, or if you think that it was taken before she was even buried, or if Philomena lied about having the dreams, didn't like Matthew. Let me know your thoughts, and of course, as always, if I missed anything or you need to correct me on anything, please do so in the comments. And I apologize if I totally butchered that little sentence in Italian. I tried, and I'm not fluent, of course, so I tried, and I apologize if I butchered that. And always leave me in the comments legends that you want me to cover next, and different ideas that you might like to see. All right, y'all have a great night, and I'll see you next time.